Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Turn around, ladies, for me, please. You know there's a God who sits on high and looks down low.
Can I provide a definition? No.
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in this context.
So
I'm not a biologist.
The meaning of the word woman is so unclear and controversial that you can't give me a definition?
Gotcha, bitch.
Boys have a penis, girls have a vagina.
Good morning, Reload crew. Happy Thursday, man. Time to reload and return. How you folks doing this morning? Hope you slept well. Hope you got all the sleep out of your eyes, got your coffee ready. Maybe some Irish whiskey, who knows? Oh, Devout Lion is having technical difficulties this morning, so hopefully he'll pop in. Let's see who we got hanging this morning. Tell you what, I'm still wiping the sleepies out of my eyes, man. I was hanging out with Pop B and Tribe and Hutch, Backwoods last night on the War Games Wednesday. It's back, man. Y'all check it out. Been missing that show. We've been begging Pop B to do this again. He's the master at it. Roots, Rocks, and Feathers. Good morning, sis. Good to see you. Good to see you. Bioxo in the house. What's up, my brother? Hillbilly Homesteader. Going to rain today. Yeah, it looks that way over our way too, man. Want to get some of that good rain. OFC's passing through. Hope you drive it safe, brother. Hope you have a safe trip, man. Appreciate you. Tammy Stegall. Good morning, sis. Good to see you. Charlton James. What's up, man? Good morning. Good morning. Brave Nation representing. That's what's up. Mama Red, what's going on with you? What's crack-a-lacking? Yeah, I hope everything works out today, guys. I don't know what was going on with all the technical difficulties. It seemed like the bug was either like YouTube or Google or something like that. Cause it was glitchy with me all day yesterday. Kim, good morning. Tennessee Ridge Runner, what's going on, my brother? Good to see you. Let's see. Prepper Cowboy in the house. What's going on, my brother? Good to see you, man. I'll tell you what, man, there's a lot going on. There's a lot. Roots, you're right, sis. It's easy to get burnt out on all the news because it's just information overload every day. The news cycle changes daily, but when you're following 20 different stories to keep up with what's going on in the world, and it's constantly changing, the new information, and so much propaganda coming from all sides. You know, whatever it takes to confirm our bias, they're putting stuff out there, they're faking stuff. It's crazy. It's a crazy world. Tiger, what's going on with you, sis? Good morning. Mason, good morning. Good morning. God bless all you folks, man. Ohio Prepper. Hey, sis. Good to see you. Enjoyed the stream with G.A. Peach yesterday. You ladies killed it, man. That was awesome. Let's see. So anyway, man, Big Mama Staff, what's going on with you, sis? Window Liquor Prepper in the house. Jerry Robbins, what's going on? Fish Sticks, good morning, good morning. Keto, what's up, brother? What's going on, man? Blessed land of Japan's economic zone. Stuff's getting much deeper. No doubt, brother. I was listening this morning. Israel is they're starting to do training and practice bombing runs on Iran. Iran's getting stronger. They're messing with Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia is making deals with China for oil. They're not answering our calls. Things are ramping up, man. Y'all remember a few weeks ago, I was saying, watch Iran get involved in this stuff, man. They're gonna start getting involved. They're gonna start messing with Israel. Pepper for life. AJ in the house. Good morning, brother. Rosebud. Good morning. Good morning. Red Dawn. What's going on? Almost to Florida. I hear you, man. Safe travels, my brother. Dove. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you're not having the issues you had yesterday, sis. Jeep. Going on? Grumpy, what's up, man? Choices. I hear you. Copper Goat, good morning. Good morning. Howard D, what's going on? Lane, Yard Dog, what's up with y'all, man? Look at stars in the house. All right, so, hey, Julie. Hey, Sherry. PAEMT, what's going on? Day for ducks today. However, hydration is necessary for all life. Without rainy days, sunny days wouldn't be as bright. Amen. Good morning, KB. Renee. I do a good job of getting you wound up. No doubt. Man, I watched that video you sent me. You emailed me yesterday, Tuff. And I'm right there with you. I'm right on top of it. I believe the exact same thing you said. Did you guys see the clip? I was going to show it this morning, but I think I'm gonna dive into it a little bit more. But the clip going around of Zelensky, where you can kind of see he's standing in front of a green screen. It looks like he's standing in the streets of Kiev, but he's in front of a green screen. It's kind of obvious once you really look at it. There's a part of his arm that kind of shimmers and goes invisible for a little bit and comes back. It's crazy. Crazy things. And Joe Biden, for some reason, is traveling over there, for this summit or whatever. That don't make sense to me. Elusive, what's going on? I did not see that, but I'm not surprised, man. I bet they're on high alert every day over there. Man, can you imagine being in a country bordered with Russia and Ukraine right now? All the stuff that's coming out. Excuse me. Good morning, V. Good to see you. Anyway, I wanted to start on more of a domestic thing. Art Levin, what's going on? That's why I started with the judge, what's going on with her. It's weird that the way this administration works, man. It's almost like they want us to think that they're just bumbling through all these things and making all these dumb decisions. But the real people in charge, I just don't think they're bumbling through things. I think they have a plan, and I think they're doing their best to enact their plan, right? To see things come to fruition. Good morning. Good morning. Six Killer. Hey, Nikki. Did I say hey to you, sis? Good to see you. All right. So anyway, I found a longer clip where Memology had put together all the questions that their nominee, Miss Jackson, had answered. And when you look at it, just basically what she's answering, she looks dumb. No offense to her. I mean, the lady's a federal judge. She's a Harvard graduate, so I don't understand how she can't answer some of the questions, or maybe she's doing it on purpose. But if so, why is she making herself look so dumb? I just don't get it. So I just kind of wanted to go through it, analyze it, see what you guys think. My bad, wrong one.
Do you agree with Justice Ginsburg that there are physical differences between men and women that are enduring?
Senator, respectfully, I am not familiar with that particular quote or case,
Okay.
so it's hard for me to.
Do you interpret Justice Ginsburg's meaning of men and women as male and female?
Again, because I don't know the case, I don't know how I interpret it. I need to read the whole
Okay.
thing.
Can you provide a definition for the word woman?
Can I provide a definition? No,
Yeah.
I can't.
You can't?
Not in
Okay.
this context.
So you
I'm not a
believe the meaning
biologist.
of
When does life begin, in your opinion?
Senator, I don't know.
Ma'am?
I don't know.
When does equal protection of the laws attach to a human being?
Well, Senator, I believe that the Supreme Court, actually, I actually don't know the answer to that question. I'm sorry. I don't.
Okay.
I don't know. Actually, I actually don't know the answer to that question. I'm sorry.
I think she does know the answers to all of those questions, but because she's an activist judge, she has to toe the party line. Especially, you can't give a definition of a woman. Why not? You were chosen because you were a woman. So if you don't know what a woman is, how do we know you're a woman? That would have been my next question. You know, it's we are beyond clown world at this point, man. I don't know what's beyond clowns, but that's where we are. For them to be portraying this lady as their pick, you know, to be so obviously blatantly making a political pick. I mean, even Justice Stephen Breyer, they forced him to retire. There was a whole campaign. There was a van constantly circling his office with a big sign on the side of it saying retire so that we can get a black woman for the next justice. They forced him to do that. That should be illegal. You shouldn't be able to force a Supreme Court justice, a lifetime appointee, to retire if they don't want to. You know, but that's what they did. So they could put this lady in there. I mean, what do you guys think? You think she's really this dense? And if so, why are we putting these dumb people in the Supreme Court? Just like Sonia Sotomayor, man. She says stupid stuff sometimes. Like, it really makes you think, you know, should we tighten up the qualifications for what it means to be a Supreme Court justice? Like, should we refine the process? Anyway. Yeah, I heard that yesterday. Justice Clarence Thomas, man. I know. What if they're like taking out all the justices so Biden could put all these activist judges in there? I mean, they said they believe in packing the Supreme Court. We thought it meant they were going to try to add more seats to it. What if that just mean they're just going to be taking out justices so they can put their own people in there? Crazy, man. If Joe can be elected, anyone can be selected. Someone selected a man who wears orange makeup, so anything goes. Oh, man, true. But you know what, though? The whole thing with President Trump being orange and stuff, a lot of times, or most of the time, especially when you watch the corporate media, they messed with their visuals to make him look oranger than he really was. Because you would see him on independent channels and stuff, you know, it just looked like he's got his self-tan stuff on. But if you watch him on CNN or MSNBC, ABC, CBS, any of those, they would show him just glowing orange. The orange man bad. Trust anything they put out. Milk Maid in the house. Good morning, sis. Supreme Court's our final law and order, so they want to control what law is going to be for us. True. I mean, they want it to be like a mini House of Lords, you know. like a super Congress. There's 9 people there. I mean, in the establishment's mind, they want the Supreme Court to be able to legislate law from the bench. CBP. I'll check it out, brother. Appreciate it. Hits it on the head. No doubt. Hey, Candle. Good morning, sis. Roots. Virginia Roots. Good morning, sis. Good to see you. Bulldog's here too. I missed you, brother. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah, Devout's having technical difficulties this morning. I'll be honest, it's thrown me off my kilter because I like to bounce stuff off of him right before we go live and we just talk junk to each other. He'll get it together though, man. Everybody's having issues this week with their internet and stuff. Yep, no doubt, sis, no doubt. All right, so I stumbled across this story yesterday. I watch so many freaking news channels every day. Sometimes I miss, but I like to watch Chris Chappell's show, China Uncensored, because he points out, because he stays focused on China, you know, and with everything that's going on in the world, you know, Russia and Ukraine and all this, I still believe once China gets involved, and we're already on a footing against them, right? So once they get involved, once they make their move on Taiwan, they're already making moves. They're already backing Russia, you know, as much as they can. They're trying to play both sides, but we see what's going on. So, but anyway, he brought this story. China has been infiltrating not just our country, but countries of the world for decades. You know, like since the freaking 80s and 90s. This is what they've been doing. They've been playing the long game, and they're here. I mean, I believe we're fully infiltrated. They've infiltrated all levels of our government, you know, all the way up to Beijing Biden. But anyway, I want you guys to check out this story. It just makes you think, you know, the people they have in place and even the people we don't even know about. But even the FBI has reached a point to where the FBI is actually coming against them because of their trans international espionage. Check it out.
Last week, the U.S. Justice Department charged 5 people with stalking, harassing, and spying on U.S. residents on behalf of the Chinese secret police. 3 of the people have been arrested in the U.S. The other 2 are in China, where they better hope they don't get in trouble for being incompetent enough to get caught.
Members of the Chinese diaspora community, both in New York City and around the rest of the country, must be free to express themselves on politically sensitive issues without fear of reprisal from the PRC government. Our office will not permit efforts by the defendants and co-conspirators to erode the civil rights of U.S. residents on account of their Chinese ethnicity and their beliefs.
So that's what's up. So, yeah, these 5 people have been charged. 2 of them are in China, so we're never going to see them. You know, they've probably already been disappeared over there. But the other 3 guys, what China is doing is they're putting pressure on expatriates from their country, people who immigrated over here and are now American citizens. Some of them hold positions in government. Some of them are just like professors or businessmen or whatever. And China is using some of them to spy on us. This one guy, the first guy he mentioned there, set up like a whole foundation for it, basically for the reason of spying on people. Let me show you. So I saw a comment. Where'd it go? Where'd you go? How long until they do a false flag cyber attack to blame Russia or China? You know, that's kind of the only thing missing here. They keep trying to get us all ramped up about freedom and stuff for Ukraine, and that's why we need to go to war. But most Americans are like, If you think back to 9/11, that major attack, how it galvanized us and brought us all together, you know, and people wanted to go fight, like we wanted to go and defend our country. And then, you know, our government totally took advantage of that and kept us quagmired in 2 different nations for 20 years while they made millions and billions of dollars. So anyway, isn't that the one thing that's missing though? And some kind of event, that where we're attacked somehow, or a grid goes down, or anything, and then they say, oh, it's Russia, it's China, all these different things. How many people would just rise up and, all right, let's go, we're going overseas, let's do this? I was reading something put out this morning from the State Department. They were talking about if a draft is enacted, they're working with FEMA to ensure that any conscientious objectors will have something to do so that America can move forward. And I was like, whoa, what a statement. I mean, for one thing, you talking about enacting the draft again? For what reason? What do you know that's coming that we don't know? Joe Biden's talking about new world order and all this stuff. And then they put this thing out about the draft. And they say, and they're even making sure that, hey, if anyone who's a conscientious objector and who doesn't want to go in the military, we got you lined up to do something with FEMA. Either FEMA's setting up camps to put you in, or they're going to make you work for FEMA. Are you kidding me? And why would they even put something like that out? That's like a warning. Whoa, Pepper Cowboy, my brother, man, you have to do that for Lady Roy and the bun. But I get to lay out the hospital admin that will not let a husband and father in the room for support. I appreciate you, brother. God bless you, man. It ain't gonna be long, man. She's she's reached that point in her pregnancy where she's just miserable all the time. So it won't be long. The baby's gonna be coming in a few weeks, I think. So but yeah, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. You didn't have to do that. You're a real brother. That's the truth, isn't it, man? Gosh, that's why we do all this all the time. That's why, like Roots was talking about, you get burnt out on news sometimes, but you still go right back to it the next day. I mean, there's just, it's especially in our community, we're driven to know, to find out, to be as prepared as we possibly can. Even for things that we think it's rare that it might happen, I still don't want to be unprepared. Hanging out last night, and Tribe kept talking about, the possibility of nuclear strike on America. And he's right. It could happen, and, gosh, I got all the plastic and the duct tape and iodide tablets years ago, and they're just stored away in a drawer, so I listened to Tribe last night, made me go get my plastic rolls and duct tape and kind of stage them. Gotta be prepared, man. I don't want to be unprepared, y'all. Can't stand it. All right, so anyway, get back to the Chinese spies that are over here, man. Could you imagine China sending people over here in the 90s to go through the legal process, get a green card, go through the 4-year long, what it takes to be nationalized as an American citizen. They get citizenship, but they're still connected with the Chinese secret police. Since the 90s, for 30 years, they've been here gathering information. Not just one person. We're going to see it in a minute, man. They think there's thousands of these cases that they know about.
Transnational repression is part of the range of tactics that our adversaries employ to try to undermine our democracy, our economy, and our institutions. And it is a threat not only to the people in the United States, but also to people around the world who seek to exercise their basic rights to freedom of expression and to stand up to authoritarianism. This activity is antithetical to fundamental American values.
Transnational repression. I swear, like a foreign government oppresses or puts pressure on a citizen of another country to give them information or to do something that foreign government wants them to do. Transnational repression. That's what's going on. That's what they're calling this thing that China is doing. And think about that. The Chinese government is making contact with American citizens, all right, and forcing them to give them information. They're threatening them. Could you imagine that? Could you imagine if someone from China contacted you or knocked on your door and was basically blackmailing you or browbeating you to do what they wanted you to do? There'd be an international incident if someone did that to me. And I feel like you guys feel the same way. Or any country, not just China, any foreign government. Literally, right? I mean, this is even beyond Fang Fang, though. I mean, Fang Fang was just being a honeypot, you know. And what's the sickest part of that whole thing, you know, is that he's still on the what is it, the intelligence committee. He's still on it. Dude was having an affair with a Chinese spy, and he's still on our intelligence committee. Still there. They make excuses for him. This dude farted on camera, and you know. Anyway. All right, so transnational oppression, that's what they're calling it. And some of them, though, I still think some of them are just sleepers. They were sent here to be that. They're not being oppressed. They're American citizens. It shows the dangers of legal immigration. You know, I'm not saying every legal immigrant is like this. It's not what I'm saying. But could you imagine the illegal immigrants who are here, the ones we don't know about? How many of you guys think the 1.2 million illegals who are here now within the last year, how many of them were sent by China? That's a scary thought. All right, so anyway, so they're marking these guys. The FBI is doing investigations.
Wang Shujun is a prominent Chinese democracy activist in New York City who has just been charged with spying for Communist China. Wang moved to the U.S. in the 90s and became an American citizen in 2003. According to the FBI, in 2005, he was spying for the Ministry of State Security, or MSS. In other words, Wang was working for China's secret police. Wang had 4 different MSS handlers who asked him to spy on various pro-democracy activists in the U.S. and Hong Kong. That was easy because Wang helped co-found a Chinese pro-democracy nonprofit. Wang met with his handlers in person when he traveled to China. He also communicated with them through email diaries he would write about the activists he was asked to spy on.
All right, so Wang Shujun, he's the main guy right now because he's the one who set up this foundation. We'll get that in a minute, but I started thinking he's been doing this since 2005, man, and he's just one dude. He's been doing this, you know, going back 15 years that they know about. And he's an American citizen, though. Like he has the same exact rights under our Constitution that we do. You know, just because he was born in China and he immigrated here, he's a citizen. He has a Social Security number. You know what I mean? And he's doing this for China. So technically, under the law, this dude committed treason. You know, we need to go back to really prosecuting people for that, and to the full extent of the law. Like, this is what we do when you commit treason in our country. Treason's not something you take lightly, you know? So, but anyway, could you imagine like this guy's over here, and what for whatever reason he's doing it? He could have family back in China that they're threatening, or it could just be as simple as money, or he could just be patriotic to China. It don't matter. You know, the dude's committing treason. You wanted to become a citizen here. You went through the legal process. Legally, you're an American citizen. Yes, you have the same rights that we do, but you also are under the same laws that we all are. All right, you're an American citizen. You're not a Chinese citizen. So we need to, I hope they prosecute this guy to the full extent of the law. Probably won't. The Chinese agents that are in our government will probably get off. All right, so anyway, listen to this guy from the FBI.
For decades, the Chinese Communist Party has targeted, harassed, and threatened U.S.-based Tibetans, Uyghurs, Falun Gong members, and pro-democracy activists. And now, as if that weren't offensive enough, the government of China has targeted the campaign of a candidate for Congress. This is clear evidence of their efforts to undermine our electoral process. We have dozens of transnational repression cases. However, we believe we should have hundreds.
Wow. So, so they're starting to put. There's a I can't remember her name. She's running for Congress. She is a Chinese immigrant. She's an American citizen now, and she's running for Congress. And the Chinese government is putting pressure on her. She's one of the whistleblowers who brought this to our government's eyes. So, but I mean, how many of you guys think that they're really going to push for this stuff and really start looking for these Chinese spies in our country? And how many of you guys think that they don't know who they are already? They're just not doing anything about it because China's their buddy. Yeah, there you go, Ken. People in our own country have known about this for decades and let it go on and on and on. Who's the treasonous? Exactly. We're not just fighting against, Russian, Chinese, Iranian misinformation and all these attacks and stuff. We're doing it from our own corrupt government, all the corrupt elements of our government who are in bed with these guys. Hillary Clinton, she loves the Chinese governmental system. She used to talk about it all the time. Barack Obama, they're always praising Mao, and Saul Alinsky and all these different people. They're totally on board with this stuff, man. And this is what we're facing. So we got all these spies, these sleepers here in our country that go back decades. They've been here setting stuff up for decades. China set up an empire. You remember the other day we were talking about, how when an empire is on the incline and the empire is on the decline, and that's going to lead to conflict. The Chinese have been setting up their empire, and they've been preparing for the conflict with the superpower, the American empire, for a long time. I don't know if you guys remember this, probably about a year ago. I was talking about the Chinese fishing fleets that they have staged all around the globe. And every fleet, wherever they go, there's a Chinese destroyer that has been modified to look like it's one of the fishing fleet, but it's not. It is a military ship. It's part of the Chinese militia, naval militia. And they're stationed they found them in all international waters. They've been seen off the coast of here in South Carolina. Mad Chad was telling me about that. He used to live down there off Myrtle Beach. They found them off our west coast. They found them in the Galapagos, all over Africa, South America, Australia, in the Arctic, in the Antarctic. These fishing fleets are staged all over the world. China owns one of the biggest ports right there in Mexico. It's big enough and deep enough for one of their largest naval ships to go to if they need. China has set up an empire. They have a plan. They're backing Russia. They totally know. I have no doubt that Xi Jinping and Putin talk and communicate. It's the same thing, with the Ayatollah over in Iran. So they're preparing for something, and it is coming. I do believe that. What it's going to be, it'll reveal itself as it comes. But we're already infiltrated. We were talking about, could America be invaded and boots on the ground and stuff, and a few of us were like, there's already boots on the ground in America. We're already infiltrated. They're already here. They're in our government. They're in our state and local governments. They're in businesses and all these different places. Lady Rowan's here. Oh, hey, baby girl. Hey, Willow. Y'all better be safe on that road. Right, brother? That's what I'm talking about, man. Yeah. I have a few on the list I'd like to put in handcuffs. What are y'all talking about? Really, Monique? Wow. I remember when I first started getting on YouTube, people were talking about that, how the Chinese military is in Canada, like doing just doing training and stuff with them, with their military, and everyone was freaking out about China's already in Canada, they're already in our north. And I wouldn't doubt they are, dude. Trudeau, he loves them too. He's all for some Chinese, man. He's all for the Chinese government. He loves the CCP. It's kind of a scary thought if you think about it. They have their sleeper cells and their spies here in the United States. They have military up north. They have ports down south in Mexico, and we have an open border right now. I mean, if you really think about where we are, what's going on, what our government is doing to our country right now, and what they've done to it in 1 year, it's crazy to think about the footing we are in America. They're talking about the draft again. I mean, good God, man. Supply chain issues. There's famine coming, the food shortages. I was watching Glenn Beck yesterday. He was talking about the possibility of famine, and a lot of folks who follow this stuff and experts are saying we're in this time next year, we're going to see massive die off, millions starving. Crazy. Hey, Miss J, good morning. Been shouting this for 2 years. Yeah, about the Chinese infiltration. I wouldn't doubt, man, they've got people stationed in the governments of all countries, all UN members. And China Uncensored did a video a few months back. They were talking about how China basically controls all the major nations in Africa. How a lot of them, they're so corrupt there, it's so easy for China to waltz in, give a few $100 million to the guy in charge and basically get to do whatever they want to. They own 80%, the rights to 80% of the world's rare earth mineral mines. I mean, all this is crazy, man. This is why I say China is the main adversary, because they're on the footing. They're the empire that's rising. They've infiltrated. They've set up their hegemony all over the world. So this is why I'm looking to them. But I'm also keeping my eyes on Iran and what they're doing over with Israel right now. I mean, gosh, man, the Mideast is getting stirred up. Could you imagine just a little over a year ago, there were 4 historic peace deals being made in the Middle East. Could you imagine if that would have continued to snowball on? What could have happened? I mean, it makes you grit your teeth. Anyway, so while all this is going on, right, we're finding out there's all these spies infiltrated, all these global things going on, all the things we have to be concerned and worried about. And then we see the folks in our government, man, who are just mumbling idiots. Not even talking about Joe. It goes without saying. Then you see Kamala getting up there, looking like she's, high on crack or something, talking about the passage of time. And you get Pelosi, man. Like, I don't know. I don't understand where she's even going sometimes. She needs to lay off the adrenochrome. Because I want you guys to tell me, what is she talking about here?
Been the head of something called and it's not really political, it may sound, the National Democratic Redistricting Committee, which is to try to get redistricting to be apolitical. It's just apolitical, and to do it by commission, to do it to meet certain standards of the Voting Rights Act that we hope to have, and the Constitution of the United States, honoring those things.
What are you talking about? I mean, I know she's talking about the gerrymandering, and man, they've been going crazy on both sides. Have y'all been paying attention to this? Have you seen some of the redistricting they've done? They're trying to do everything they can to keep their power in 2022, man. And even the Republicans who are doing it are the rhino Republicans that we don't want to win anyway. We want them out of our government. This part of the uniparty, man. But this is like the second or third time in as many days that she's got up and just went on a ramble, and it's not really clear what the lady's talking about, man. All these octogenarians running our country. Scary. Government is looking into old visa information not working right in the system, frantic about getting 80-year-olds into our country. It seems like a good way to have a made up. That's crazy. That is crazy. That's something else too. I forgot to bring up is about our cybersecurity. I mean, I feel like that we're already infiltrated there too. There's so many bugs and different things now. You know, our internet acts weird constantly. I know Mama Bear Prepping, she did a video on it a couple of weeks ago. She was talking about it. You know, she's over on the West Coast. And she was just talking about the problems they have from time to time with their internet. And I was like, that's the same thing that's going on here. You know, a lot of people in the comments said, yeah, it's happening here too. I think they have already have their hackers in our systems. They're just waiting. Like you said earlier, bro, about them, how long before the cyber attack for the false flag? I think they're already in place. You mean the internet stuff, brother? Like right now? What do you mean? YouTube is say over in the UK, y'all having the same problem? I wouldn't doubt it, man. I mean, when they say things like there's a new world order coming, you know, and Biden's always talking about that there's gonna be a dark winter coming, and he always has these little moments where he says things. That's crazy, brother. It's crazy, man. Ever since I got this new phone, you know, I had an old phone somewhere. I had this phone for about almost 5 years. You know, I just didn't need a new one. But I got an upgrade. You know, it's 5G capable, this phone. But ever since I've got it, every once in a while, it'll just go offline. Whether I have full bars and Wi-Fi, a good Wi-Fi connection, it'll just say not connected, and it won't connect to the internet. It'll be like that on its own time. And I was joking with Devout yesterday, and I said it's probably reaching out with its 5G fingers, and it realizes that I'm a pure blood. I don't have that in my system, and it gets mad with me and shuts down. It's like pretty soon I'm going to get instead of saying not connected, it's going to say get vaxxed. Get vaxxed if you want to get online. What's wrong with you? Morning, Charlie. Plus, he needs to lay off the sauce. She has placed pickled her brain. I know, right? She's the drinker of the house, man. It's already there, too. I'm telling you, man, there's something wonky going on in our entire internet system. And if you think about it, like if YouTube just shut down, or Google or whatever just shut down, and no one would have access to it, I told Devout yesterday, I was like, there would go all of my where I get the bulk of my information from day to day on what's going on in the world. Like, it would suck, man, because I don't do the Facebook thing. I'm not on Twitter, so I mean, I would really have to get into Gab or something, man, or Getter, to try to get information. But if the entire internet system went down, like everything, like even my TVs where I stream stuff to get, just if I'm going to watch news on there, all the internet's gone, you know. GTP, what's going on? Norm, good to see you this morning, brother. Vaccine is the only way to surf the net safe. Right? Like, what if that's the thing? We don't know what they got planned, what they're trying to do. I was doing dumb stuff yesterday. Even QuickBooks was super slow. Yeah, man. Like what was going on yesterday with some of you folks? I got a bunch of emails from you guys. Just giving me a heads up on what was going on yesterday. And like on our end, you couldn't tell. It was crazy. Scar, I hear you, man. Get the etch a sketch, man. Go back to the old ways. Get the chance. I know you're busy with the baby. I gotta tell you. All right, brother. I know, man. I'm sorry. Man, I've been meaning to call you for over a month. I tell you what, when the weekend comes, I have a one-track mind. I need to start writing stuff down. I need to hire Devout to be my executive assistant and keep a schedule going for me. That's what I need to do. If I could do with the Solar Max, when we're having some pretty historical solar storms these last few years. One of the reasons I feel they accelerated their agenda. That's a good point, man. Gosh, that's what I mean. There's so much freaking crap. There's a couple of channels that I watch from time to time. They kind of cover the near Earth asteroids, the people that monitor them, and the funding for the agencies that do that, it gets less and less every year. And these are people who monitor the skies and monitor the asteroids out there that are on trajectories near Earth. And man, it was like years ago. They only had enough funding to monitor 2% of the sky. So 98% of the sky are on the Earth. They just couldn't look at. They didn't have the money to do it. So I can imagine it's even lower now. Excuse me. But I try to keep up with them, and they say there's all kinds of asteroids that could possibly, be headed right for us. They say that it's only a matter of time. Right? That would be awesome. Oh, I didn't, brother. I'll check it out, man. I will check it out. I didn't get it. Y'all know me. I check my email like once a day. Prepper Days in the house. What's going on, brother? Good morning. Good morning. Been expecting the internet going down, but the craziness with both Wi-Fi and LTE has been pissing me off. Yeah, I know, but I guess on the flip side of that, if the whole internet goes down, I mean, it goes down for them too. They have to constantly pump their propaganda out. But I mean, they could take control of the broadcasting airways. The government has the right to do that. That would be scary. Could you imagine if only the government could put out what they wanted to? No one else could put anything out. The internet's down, and they've taken over the emergency broadcasting system, and they're just putting out their stuff. Man, I wouldn't trust anything. We in the maximum. Yeah, we need alternative comms. I wish someone would spearhead that, man, to make sure we were all connected to the network, the radio network, and knew how our systems work, and we had all the relays and everything set up. Silverback, what's up, brother? I hear you, man. Oh man, speaking of postcards in the mail, I got this Monday. Tina, appreciate you, sis. Tina sent me this book. She knows I like to read. I've already started it. It's excellent. Looking forward to getting into the series. Y'all know me, I'm a bookophile. I also got this in the mail. This is exactly how it came. Ripped in half. There was nothing in it. So I'm not sure who sent that or what it was. I went to the front desk. She said, "Oh, it happens sometimes." I was like, okay. Did someone steal what was inside of it? I don't know. She said it came there that way. But what are you going to do? I've seen some interesting things recently regarding comms, but haven't vetted it. I'll pass along. Appreciate it. Yeah, I know, man. God, they're ramping down on y'all. Minority Reporter, what's going on? The Bao Fong, man, that's what's up. Gosh. Is that 5R.Mafia? Is that a group that is connected through the Bao Fongs? What is that, brother? I hear you, Julie. But even if you don't have anyone to talk to yet, you can still listen. You can get radio waves and listen to other groups that are talking. And eventually you could make contact with someone, at least you'd be getting some kind of information up from out there. Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It had to be something like that. Someone sent me some seeds. It looks like someone ripped it open and took what was inside real fast. That's what it looks like. She said it got stuck in the sorting machine and torn in half. My thing is, well, if it was in the machine, then you could have repackaged it. I mean, the address is still on it. Or you could have contacted me or something. you know, I don't buy into that. She said, well, even if there's nothing in it, there's a legible address. We have to send it. Like, okay, but you said it happened in a sorting machine at another post office. So they had the contents. Where's the contents? Where's the other half? So whatever, man. Can't do nothing. I ordered a book. I ordered 2 books. I ordered them at the same time from the same company. I ordered Putin's Playbook. Good book. Highly recommend it. It's amazing the information this lady knows on Vladimir Putin. And I ordered Glenn Beck's book on the Great Reset. That book has still not come. It's been over a month. I've checked with them. They said it's been shipped. I've ordered things from Amazon. They've never showed up, even though they said that it had been received. So, I mean, I don't know if you guys are experiencing this. We're starting to get a lot of stuff lost in the mail, like just recently. And that's frustrating when you order stuff, you spend money on stuff, and they say, well, it's already been received. I was like, well, we didn't get it. Somebody stole it. So you got to go through a whole process, you know. Amazon's good about that. Like if you tell them something that they'll either refund you or send you another one. But man, it's still, what's the point of ordering stuff? It's just gonna get stolen. Anyway, well, we're out of time, guys. I was trying to hold out. I was hoping Devout would pop in and say, hey, I'm telling you, man, there are bugs in our system already. But I hope you guys have a great Thursday, man. Let's get out there, do a reload and return. Let's see what we got. Tomorrow, hopefully, I kind of wanted to talk about the food supply because I know we're all growing and we've all got our seeds started and we're getting ready for the big push, man. I mean, this year we're going big, man. We're going beyond just a garden. We're trying to have an actual grain crop this year. We're gonna plant a bunch of corn for our animals and see if we can store some stuff. But I'm gonna need y'all's help. GTP, I'm gonna need your help, man. I want to bring you back on the show here soon. Just to ask you some questions and pick your brain about stuff. I want it to be like a whole show just about gardening, because growing food is very, very important. So I do believe there is starvation on the forefront. Wow, that's crazy, man. Gosh, I can't imagine what it's like, you know, for you brothers and sisters who stack precious metals and stuff and have to get stuff through the mail. I'd be nervous, man. I was going to sign up for that company to where you pay a monthly fee, and when you get like a certain amount of gold, they ship it to you. I was going to do that because that sounds like that sounds like it's something doable, because I've always wanted to invest in gold. But it just makes me nervous knowing that, you know, like $1,500 of gold is going to be shipped to me in the mail, especially with the way I keep losing stuff. Crazy. Right? Got to these days, man. You got to, man. All right, guys, man. I appreciate y'all. Like I said, it's always hard for me to say goodbye to y'all in the mornings, but I appreciate y'all. Y'all pray for Devout Lion, man. Someone's taking him out. Let's see what we got. I am going to play. This is Devout made this from his channel. I meant to pin the link just to piss him off, because he told me not to tell you guys what his channel is called. It's called Saint Grinch. All right, this is where he makes his little music videos and stuff of the games that he plays on Xbox. But he's like, man, don't tell anybody what my channel is. But I'm telling everybody because he's not here to stop me. It's called Saint Grinch. But I'm gonna close out with his most recent video. All right. Have a great day. God bless.